Hello, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram fam. Welcome to the final show or the final regular show of the year um, for our T66 Country Music Talk and Tunes. Yeah, I cannot believe it is the end of the year. But with me tonight, we have Sandra North. And so glad to have you, Sandra. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it is amazing to have you, and you're getting to close out the year with our last regular show. This has just been a whirlwind this year for me with this show. It actually started out by pure accident. And it just has evolved into this great thing that I love doing. And I'm having such a blast. I love having artists like you on. And so I cannot believe it's the end of the calendar year yet, though my year end won't be until March. I did my very first show on March the 13th. So not far from a year. But yeah, it's just been fabulous. And I'm so glad to have you on tonight to close us out for the year. As I told you earlier, we are doing a Christmas show tomorrow night, but that's going to be on Instagram Live. So yeah, this is the last one on this platform. So that's pretty cool. I'm so glad to have you doing that.
Thank you. I'm very honored.
Yeah, I've listened to your music, what you have out, and I love it. I love just your sound is very unique, and I love that. I feel like your sound is one that when I hear you on the radio, I'm going to be like, that's Sandra. I'm going to recognize your voice instantly. It's not, it's not so common that it bleeds in with some of the other voices and you get lost and you're like, I'm not really sure who that is,
Right. Yeah. No, I totally get it. And as an artist, you always struggle with that. And you don't know if you're like unique enough or how to put it, but you always just try to do your thing and sing your heart out kind of. And it makes me really happy to hear you say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed your music. So you're on my playlist and
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song?
I do. Can't remember the name. Let me look at it. Sorry. I like Try Again.
Oh, cool. Yes. Yeah. That was our first one.
Yeah. I like Try Again. I just think it, I don't know. It spoke to me. I don't know. I like that one. I like them all. And for those of you that are not familiar with Sandra, I don't know what she intends on playing tonight. It's a surprise to me as well as to y'all. But there is, I don't know. I said that now, and I do like Same Story About a Broken Heart. That is another song that's out. And then also You.
Yeah.
I like them all. God.
Thank you.
Now, I don't know. I'm rethinking if that's my favorite or not. I don't know. They're different.
Yeah.
And unique on their own. So I don't know. I just like them all. And it's probably, I love it when artists are starting out and you only have 3 songs out. So I can easily love all 3 of those songs until you become a Carrie Underwood and you've got, 100 songs out there, or, I'm exaggerating slightly. I don't know how many she's got out there. Probably maybe 100. And then you're like, okay, you can't possibly like all 100 of those songs. There's got to be some in there that, just don't speak to you or they don't make your list, whatever. But when you only have, 3 or 5, you can easily love them all. So you're definitely in that I love them all category right now. And I know that's what every artist strives for is you want to write a song that everybody likes or the majority of the people like. Everybody's not going to like every song, but if you can at least speak to the masses when you write a song, I imagine that's your goal, and that's easier to do, I think, when you're starting out. I don't know. We're going to talk again in a couple of years when you've made it huge and you've got a ton of songs out there, and see what you think then. But do you try to strive harder, like when you're trying to make a name for yourself? And do you pour a whole lot more into your songs then? Or do you think, as you become popular and people already love you, you can lay back a little bit? Does that even make sense, what I'm asking?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. For me, I don't think that way. I always I try to write. Writing comes from within, so I have to write about things that matter to me or things that happen in my life and where I feel like I really need the outlet to get it out and
Right.
to write it down. And if people can relate to that and identify with that's of course that's the goal, and that's what we strive for. And it makes it all the more special for me that someone tells me that, this line that I wrote, that it really struck them and it means a lot for them, which is super, super cool. Yeah, I don't know. I feel if you get laid back, I feel like you lose your passion a little bit. Like I just do it for me, and I do it. I make songs that I love, and hopefully people will see that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think, and I didn't ask that thinking that anybody would say, oh yeah, I kind of lay back and take it easy now. I just, I wonder if those artists that have been at it for, 10, 15 years or whatever, if they ever get to that point where they think they can. But I think what got them to where they are, obviously, is they started out the same way as anybody else, and they write songs about what means something to them, and it comes from their heart, and music is obviously their passion. So I feel like if it is truly their passion, they're not going to sit back and take it easy, even once they've made it huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that would be evident in a song. It would be evident in how they perform and interact with fans. And then I think they would just become, not as popular anymore. So it wouldn't make sense to do that. But I don't know.
I mean, it's always difficult with the industry itself. So it's hard to say, like at this point, I'm in charge of my career, sort of. So if you have a label, it might be a different thing, and they also have opinions on what you're creating. Yes. So that, I mean, it's always it's a tough industry, but we do the best we can to stay genuine, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll talk about, I'm going to go ahead and let you sing a song. And then when we come back from that, we'll talk about the industry and the record label side of it versus independent.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you want to start us off with?
So, well, since also because you said it was your favorite song, I have to play it,
Try again.
Yes, we're going to do Try Again.
Awesome.
It was our first single. It really means a lot to me. It was the first song I ever wrote, like that I put together.
Oh, wow.
And my guitarist put music to it and made it what it is. So it's a special story. I wrote it in a special moment, and the song will always be special because it was the first one,
Yeah.
It did really good in Sweden on the radio too. So it's always like, it's always bigger maybe when it's the first thing you let the world hear. Yeah. Okay.
Like that first love, it's always going to be
right.
Yeah, it's always going to be in the back of your mind somewhere, and never able to quite forget it. Exactly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing it live from you. Yay.
Yeah, and with me I have my guitarist also, Juana Beja.
Hello. Okay, and I'm going to switch the screen, so I'm going to become tiny, and we can see y'all better.
Nothing's ever changed, I'm there in 5. Can't wait to see your smiling face again. Trying not to get carried away. The same perfect smile, it's all a big pretend, we both know why. The story ended so long ago, still we can't seem to let it go. hold it back, but it's so clear I can see it in your eyes. Oh, we've been down this road before. Now we've opened up the door. We've been hurt like ever. Let's try again. Oh, though we might part ways ahead, for tonight let's stay this way. 'Cause we are just too good. I wish we could just try again. Sit and talk all night. Fingers through my hair, it felt so right. Wish that we could stay this way forever. Tangled in the time and space together. With all the friends that we both know it's true. I can't keep chasing after someone if that someone isn't you. Oh, we've been down this road before. Now we've opened up the door. I know we've been hurt like hell, but let's try again. Oh, though we might part ways ahead, for tonight let's stay this way. We are just too good. I wish we would just try again. You say you're scared whenever I get close. Tonight might end too soon, so just let go. We've been down this road before. Now we've opened up the door. Oh, we've been down this road before. Now we've opened up the door. I know we've been hurt like hell, but let's try again. Oh, though we might part ways ahead, for tonight let's stay this way. We are just too good. I wish we could. We are just too good. I wish we could. We are just too good. I wish we could. Just try again.
Okay, yeah. You just made me decide that is definitely my favorite.
Thank you.
Because it's so relatable. And I feel like anybody can relate to that song. And I'm imagining, I mean, especially this year, we could take this song a lot of different directions.
Right.
But I feel like you definitely wrote it about a love interest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first meaning that comes to my mind, honestly, is a relationship. But I mean, you can take it outside of, you know, your typical love relationship, person to person. And it could so apply to anything else. It could apply to a struggling musician, you know, that doing music is and that's why I said it's so relatable. Like this year with COVID, how it's just smacked musicians in the face because live music has just been cut out.
Yeah.
But if music is your love and that's your passion, it's hurt you this year. it's hurt you so bad this year. So are you going to try again?
Right.
You know, is 2021 going to be that year that you try again?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just feel like there's been so much hurt in the world this year in so many different ways, whether it's, you know, all these issues that are out in the world right now. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to bring them up to light. I don't want this to end up being a depressing show. But, you know, there's been so much hurt this year. People could use this song to kind of like lift them up from that hurt.
Yeah.
And not be afraid to try again.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why this song resonated with me so much the first time I heard it, because it was like, there's so many different ways you could go with this song. Like, I know what she meant when she wrote it, and everybody can relate that way too, because there's probably not a person on earth that hasn't been hurt in love at some point or another.
Right.
And even though I've been with my husband for 17 years, you know, we have moments that we could say this, you know, like, we've hurt each other, but hey, let's try again, because we're not giving up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love it. I think because
it's like rekindling something, you know, that thing that you might have lost, but you kind of want another shot at it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, you definitely made this my favorite, hearing it live. Now I say that, I don't know what you plan on having to sing next, so you may change my mind again. But no, I do love that. I love how it speaks to people, and I think that song is so popular because it is relatable. And there was such emotion in that with you singing that, and that shined through. And I think that's what makes it not only relatable, but believable. And that's two ingredients to a hit song.
Yeah.
Relatable and believable. And if you've got those two things, then it's on its way. But yeah, I love that. All right. So you said it's already popular in Sweden. So Sweden is your home country.
It is, yes.
I love that. I would love to go there. I have so many places on my bucket list, but that I would love to go there. But you live in LA now, and so LA is your home.
Yeah.
Why did you choose LA instead of like maybe Nashville, since you're, you know, country music?
Right. I know.
You probably get that question all the time, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I mean, it's for different reasons. I think I didn't quite know that it would be country that I would be doing. When I moved out here, I was looking for a good school, like a good contemporary school that could, with a lot of, you know, stage practice that would sort of shape me and as an artist and give me the opportunity to really practice my art, sort of.
Right.
So that's what I went by. Like, I found Musicians Institute here in Hollywood, and it has a very good reputation. And it was like boot camp for a year, you know, and then you can go out in the real world and actually do it, sort of. So I think that was my main reason, you know. And I've traveled a lot in the South, and I have friends in the South, and I love it down there. And I want to go to Nashville. I still have never been, so it's for sure on my list. But I'll get there eventually.
Oh yeah, you will so love it when you do. You will so love it. But I mean, LA is obviously a big music scene too. So it's not like, you know, and that's the great thing about country music. And I mean, if you had wanted to, you could have stayed in Sweden and still done it. I mean, there's so many people that are not in the United States that are just slamming it with country music. It's not, you have to be in Nashville or you're not going to make it. It's not that kind of thing. So people can do it from anywhere. And I mean, I have actually interviewed quite a few artists that live in California, whether it's LA or, you know, surrounding areas. So it seems like, for the most part, there's 3 major cities in the United States where music, if you're going to do music, well, I guess 4 if you add Las Vegas, but Nashville, LA, and New York. And if you're in any of those 3 places, you have opportunities galore, you know, to do your music and get recognized for it and get a record deal if that's what you're after. And, I said we were going to talk about record deal versus independent. And I know most artists are like, oh, I want a record deal, I want a record deal, I want a record deal. But as I've gotten into the music industry and I've learned more about what a record deal actually means, I understand why a lot of people choose to stay independent. I guess I didn't realize in years past before I got into this industry that you lose a lot of rights of your music, a lot of rights of what you want to do and how you want to pursue it, with a record deal. And some people just don't want to give that up. What's your take on that? I mean, do you like, and some people are like foregoing, like, I don't care if I get a record deal, I'd rather have a publishing deal.
Right.
And I understand all aspects of it, but like, I think it would be so hard for me to pour my heart and soul into writing a song and just hand over the rights of it to somebody else.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. I mean, it's always important that you have you have a good contract. If so, you need to really like look after yourself. But and there are pros and cons with everything, because obviously they can maybe get you further than you are able to on your own. But I really respect the artists that choose to go independently all the way and still just keep pushing it and doing their art, and they do it for themselves. And it's very liberating that we have so many opportunities today just as well, because just like, I don't know, 10, 15 years back, it wasn't the same. Like I never thought that I would be able to do this for that reason, because I didn't know what road to take and how to get there, or how to do all these things. And I don't think distributing on your own was a thing as much then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, growing up, you felt like you had to have a record deal in order to get places. So all the things that we're doing on our own now is really everything I dreamed of. Honestly, even if I'm not famous or anything, it's for me, it's getting to live all of my dreams and doing everything that I always wanted to do.
Yeah. And it's crazy when you compare how music is done today versus, like you said, even 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, whatever, when people were literally walking in record stores with demo tapes, begging to have their song heard.
Yeah.
And if nobody took that cassette tape or that CD and listened to it, you weren't going to get your music out there.
Yeah.
But now you can completely do that on your own. Yeah. And I think that is just, it's amazing. So yeah. And just to clarify, I'm not knocking anybody that wants a record deal. I think record deals are great when they're done correctly. But it's been so prevalent in the news this past year with Taylor Swift and her record deal and, all of that. So that's what prompted that question. Are you a Taylor Swift fan?
I am.
Are you?
She's amazing. Yeah. I think I discovered her a few years later, because in Sweden, country music isn't played in the same magnitude. So it was me, not having a job, looking for music online, and just came across her. And
oh, wow.
I love her writing so much and her storytelling. And it was amazing to me that she was that young and just like putting out so much music. And the first time I saw her, it was in LA actually, when I lived here back in 2013. I was here for 6 months as well. So this is my second time living here. And I went to the Staples Center and I saw her, and I had tickets in the way, way, way back, like far up in the ceiling. Like I went all alone, and the second she started singing, I just started crying. Like she really touches you. There's something about her music. I really love her.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw her years and years and years ago when she was just starting out. She was like not well known at all. Yeah. In fact, at that point, I'd never heard of her. She was opening for George Strait.
Oh,
and
wow.
I remember listening to her sing that night thinking, okay, this girl's going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And she's got a heck of a career ahead.
Yeah.
Who knew? You know, at that point,
Yeah.
looking back, I had no idea she was going to be Taylor Swift. And then I went through this period that I just didn't like her. Did not care for her at all. Could do without her. When she went to pop, I was like, good, y'all can have her. And then just this past year or the last couple of years, I've come back around and like I fully appreciate her. And she is a musical genius.
Yeah.
I mean, what? The 2 records that she has put out this year?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I really respect her for standing her own and you know, just whatever style she wants to go with, she makes it successful, you know. Like
Absolutely.
it's still her writing, even though it might be produced a different way, or you know, the Reputation album had a way more fierce style, but it's still her writing. If you sit down, you listen, you know, it's still stories.
Yeah, it's storytelling, and that's the thing. That's one thing that I love about her. Have you watched the documentary about about folklore? Yeah, it was amazing. I loved watching that and to get the insight into her thought process during the making of that. That was amazingly done. Beautiful. It was beautifully simple, but amazing all at the same time. But I think that's the great thing about country music is that it is storytelling. And if you want to, like you said, the writing is always going to be whatever it is. And then you can produce it to be whatever sound you want it to be. But that's the great thing about country music is you can cross over to a different genre if you want to, you know. And you mentioned when you came to California, you didn't necessarily know it was going to be country music that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So what style of music would you say yours was before you got here?
I grew up with a lot of pop, you know, and classic rock. My dad plays the guitar a bit, and he loves music, and my mom does too, and she sings a little bit. So there was a lot of music in our house, and I was always dancing and singing and things like that. But I encountered country a little later in life, so it was a genre that I loved, but I wasn't. I didn't know, like I didn't picture myself. I didn't know what I was going to end up singing, if that makes sense. But even in my audition tape to MI, I actually sang a country song. So I think, you know, I started singing a bit with my vocal coach in Sweden, and she just like kind of saw it right away that I fit very good in that genre and that it fits my voice and my persona maybe. It's very warm and heartfelt and Yeah. I kind of fell into it like right away when I got here because you have country everywhere. So
yeah. Definitely here in the States, I think country is the prevalent genre. So it's hard for me to imagine that other countries aren't the same way. I guess I just automatically think like country music is mega popular no matter where you go. And so it's a little bit hard for me to digest that in some countries it's not the most popular genre, so people don't always think that way first. But we are lucky that you came from Sweden over to here, that we get to have you here with your music. So yeah, but I think it's great how music is, how do I say it? What's the word I'm looking for? My brain is not working today, right? That it's not just one country. It crosses the geographical lines everywhere. You know, music is international.
Yeah.
And music is healing. Music is so great. No matter where you're at, no matter what genre, no matter, you know, what style it is. If you're in a bad mood, I dare you to turn on music and it not put you in just a little bit better mood.
It's very sensitive, that thing. Like I really have to be careful because music makes me feel a lot of things. So I put on the wrong song and it'll, you know, make me go down a rabbit hole.
Oh, well, that's true. I actually did that last night.
Yeah, I really have to like, okay, I need to get happier. So I go to my happy place or, you know, my teenage idols or something like that to just trigger the
yeah, I found myself doing that at 2 a.m. this morning. I don't know what happened. I stumbled across a Sam Smith song, or video, video that he was doing in collaboration with someone else. I shared it on my Facebook page, and I can't remember the guy's name right now to save my life. Golly.
It's okay.
The name of the song is even blanking with me right now. Perfect. Name of the song is Perfect. Where he collaborated with somebody else and did, and I'm terrible at foreign language, but I'm pretty sure it was done in Italian. So it was like part English, part Italian, and it was a collaboration with this other guy. And it was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I was like, I love this. And then I just let it go to the next video and the next video.
Yeah.
And it ended up on Danny and Lizzie's Sky Full of Angels. Or not Sky Full of Angels. What's the name of their song? Anyway, I'm blanking. Anyway, that song. And anyway, it's about losing someone and they're in heaven. You wonder what it's like in heaven.
Yeah.
And I just lost my grandmother like a month ago. And then last year I lost 2 grandparents and a mother.
Me too, actually. Like,
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Mm.
It's so hard. Yeah. And then right here at the holidays, so it just hit me, and it was, it's a sad song. So here I was sitting in bed, my husband's asleep, and I'm sitting in bed with my earphones in, listening to music, and the tears just start coming. And I'm like, nope, I need a happy song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. So yeah. Music just brings out so many different emotions, but sometimes a good cry is great. So I love that those songs that make you think about even sad stuff is out there. There's sad songs, there's happy songs, there's dance songs, there's, all different, there's a song for every occasion.
Yeah.
And that's what just makes music so great. But you said you grew up with a lot of music in your household, and your mom and dad were both musical. Are you an only child, or do you have siblings?
No, I have a sister as well. A little sister.
Is she musical too?
She loves music, but I think she's a bit too scared to, she would never sing in front of anyone. And I used to be the same. So I'm trying to, to push her a bit, because I do think that she's, skilled. But yeah, no, yeah, she was more like the quiet little sister. But yeah.
Okay.
Very supportive though. She was, seriously, we're like twin souls, and we always listened to the same stuff. Like, we shared a room for a while too, and we love the same stuff, the same music, and she would even help me, figure lyrics out, or maybe pause the video, the VCR, and I would learn choreographies because I love dancing. So she was seriously been my sidekick all along, even though she doesn't, practice music herself, sort of.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, how old were you when you realized that this is what you wanted to do? When it just clicked with you that music is it, I'm pursuing this? Or not necessarily pursuing it, but I love music so much, this is what I want to do in the future,
I think on a level, I always knew it was always my dream. It was always like everything I wanted to do. But I don't know, you're more realistic, and maybe you think that it's not possible to achieve it. So, and I'm from a small town, so it's like a really small town. So you kind of, you do what you're supposed to, or, you graduate, you're supposed to get a job. So I lived the adult life for quite a while, and I had my cats, in my apartment and everything, but I just kind of realized that this is not what's going to make me happy. Like, thinking about doing this for the rest of my life was sort of, closing in on my mind, and I needed to figure out what was missing. And so it was a bit later in life that I started singing more professionally. I have a degree. I did kind of try to sneak my way into the industry because I love music so much. So I have a degree in music and event planning. So I was working with it, on the side a bit, and doing festivals and booking artists, and doing all the arrangements around, the music festivals and backstage. And it was a lot of fun. But again, I'm from a small town, so there wasn't a lot of work within that. so eventually I just I went big and I left the country just to really be able to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty big, leaving. It's not like going to a different state, moving countries. That's a big move. Yeah. All right. So, and your guitar player, I'm sorry, would you introduce him again? I forget his name.
Hello, my name is Juan.
Yeah.
I'm from Argentina.
Yeah.
Juan from Argentina. Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
Right?
Okay. So how did you two meet? In LA or before?
In LA.
In LA, yes. You or me? Yeah. We have mutual friends, and he crashed my birthday party one year. So, yeah, he picked up my guitar, and I heard his voice, and I told him we need to work together.
Awesome. So do y'all work together all the time?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're a full-time duo together, or
Yeah. We write the songs together.
Yeah.
awesome.
And we always do all the acoustic stuff, and
Yeah.
he has his own band as well, and I try to help him out if I can, and yeah, we work well together.
That is amazing. Well, just think if you had not crashed her birthday party.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
That's amazing. I love that.
Think about it.
And that I like music, country music too. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Argentina.
because I would not even think in Argentina that country music is extremely popular.
No, it's a very small community of people that like country music, like American country music.
Right. Now, how long have you lived in the States?
Almost 4 years.
Okay, so you're both relatively new.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, that is so great that y'all came from different countries into LA and met each other, and was it just, it was instant connection. You said as soon as you heard him sing.
Yeah.
That,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's amazing. See, music is so great that it's not only healing in, emotional ways and such, but it creates new friendships, new partnerships. I love it that it just does that. Country music is like, I feel like if you were to look up the definition of country music in the dictionary, there would be like a picture of a family next to it. Like it's the family, it's the family and friends music.
Yeah, it's a strong community. I feel like everyone is just so nice, and welcoming and warm, and yeah.
Something that might have happened to Sandra too is like, I grew up, in the 90s, and I used to watch a lot of American movies, and like, I don't know, these biker bars or like Western movies, and I said, like, I love that sound. What is that? I didn't have a name for that. And then I realized it was country, it was bluegrass. I love it. I went to Nashville like around 2005, and
wow.
I fell in love. And I remember lots of trips that I did with my family to the US. That first thing I did when I arrived at a hotel was to put the country music television, channel, and then go and buy the albums of the artists that I liked, I saw them. So it developed, with time, and
That's so cool.
country and bluegrass.
Yeah, we do get that a lot though, because none of us are local from here, and they're like, wait, this is an odd match, and how come you guys?
Yeah, that is so cool. So everybody in your band, each bands are like from all over the place.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, there's a lot of international students here also from everywhere, and I love that about LA because you can really meet people from anywhere.
Yeah,
any minute of the day, kind of.
Last time we played with a full band, there was just one American.
Yeah, one American, and then Brazilian and
Brazilian bass player. Guitar. The other guitar player was from Singapore.
Yeah.
I'm from Argentina, Sweden, and the drummer was from the US.
Yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. I love that.
Yeah, I'm playing country classics.
Country.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that was like a classic country show. So it was like 80s hits.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now you're talking my decade. Yes. Because I'm a 70s baby, 80s teenager into adulthood in the 80s. So Yeah, there's nothing like 80s music. Love it. Whether it be country, pop, rock, because classic rock comes from the 80s. Oh,
Yeah.
80s is the best decade for music.
I'm a classic, I love country, but I come from a classic rock.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. As a child, classic rock was it. That's what me and my sister both listened to. And because my mom was like beach music, oldies, my dad was country and bluegrass. And like I hated both because me and my sister were classic rock and we couldn't stand the others. And
they were brothers, I think.
Yeah.
Brother genres. Look at Chris Stapleton. He started with his bluegrass band. Then he had his classic rock band, and now he's doing country. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but I'm so glad that I was introduced to those other genres of music as a child, and because now I love all of it. And I think if I hadn't have been introduced as a child to all the various different genres, I would still just be stuck in one and not have such appreciation for all the other genres of music. So I can imagine where y'all come from, you're probably the same way. Like, what's the main, you said pop was like most popular in Sweden.
Yeah, we are very good at creating pop, I would say. Yeah.
What about in Argentina?
And even like a lot of Swedish artists prefer to sing in English. So it's like, we have, obviously there's some Swedish artists too that just do Swedish, but either way, there's very, a lot of English being used in music in Sweden, like very naturally.
Oh,
and a lot of pop. Yeah.
Amazing. I love that.
I think I was singing in English before I knew what I was singing. I was very good at copying sounds, words, and I wasn't sure what I was singing, but I wanted to sing along, so I just, went for it. But
did music make it easier to learn the English language?
Oh, for sure, yeah. And TV shows and series and film. Like I'm a huge film movie buff, so that as well, I would always, copy and pick up lines from films. And whatever I heard, I if I didn't know what it meant, I looked it up kind of. I think I learned most of my English and also my accent and stuff from music and film.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you have like a really deep Swedish accent or not. It's kind of, it's more, I don't know how to describe what I'm saying, but it's not detected as strongly.
Yeah.
So you can tell you had a lot of American or a lot of English influences.
Yeah.
Is what I was trying to say. Yeah. So what's the most popular in Argentina? I would imagine I'm thinking like salsa music or something, or am I totally wrong?
Well, you can have it like this. Like, let's say our country music, we would call like folklore. And our traditional music is like tango, but we don't do that. Like, I don't do that. I grew up with rock. I grew up with rock from my country, and especially from American and British rock. That's why I grew up with. So I don't have a lot of knowledge within the Argentinian music. I know what it is. I know how it sounds, but I always listen to other types of bands and music.
Yeah, interesting. I love that. I guess I can't imagine having to learn another language to be able to live in that country. I mean, you can live in another country without knowing the language, but it just makes it way easier if you know the language. But I've heard so many people, even people that are not in the music industry or acting or whatever, that from music and movies is what made it so much easier for them to learn the English language. So yeah, that's so interesting. Well, let's hear another song. I'm ready for another one.
Okay. You?
Yeah.
Want to do you?
You're always in my head, just like a book I knew that I read. You keep walking through my door, just like 1,000 times before. You took me by surprise, but no one's ever opened up my eyes. Now it's all so clear. Never would have known when I first saw you. Who knew that I'd adore you? Never stood a chance from that first moment. It was you. Never could have seen the love you gave me. You made a change completely. Never any doubts, 'cause now I know that it was you. It was you. You make everything seem right. Make all the shadows turn into light. You know all the little things. I love the way you play my every string. Never would have known when I first saw you. Who knew that I'd adore you? Never stood a chance from that first moment. It was you. Never could have seen the love you give me. You made a change completely. Never any doubts, 'cause now I know that it was you. It was you. Now it's all so clear. You were always here. Never would have known when I first saw you. Who knew that I'd adore you? Never stood a chance from that first moment. Never could have seen the love you gave me. You made a change completely. Never any doubts, 'cause now I know that it was you. Never would have known when I first saw you. It was you. It was you. Never could have seen the love you gave me. It was you. It was you.
Yeah. I'm glad I was not singing along to that, because about halfway through, I looked down and realized I did not mute my mic.
Okay.
If I would have been singing along to that with my mic not muted, I would have been mortified.
I would love it if you did one of those in the car when you're singing along to someone's songs and then you send it to me. I would love that, though. You're more than welcome to.
Nobody wants to hear this voice.
That is so sweet, though.
Not singing. Nobody wants to hear this voice singing.
Happy when someone is singing along to your song. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now, in the car, I am the best singer in the world. Especially if I'm in the car by myself, I am like, I'm right up there.
Yep.
But yeah, I could do one of those recordings, but I'll lip sync it.
Okay. Well, I still look forward to it.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. I'll do that for you. So I do like that song, but Try Again is still number one.
Okay.
So yeah, I do like that song though. I like that one. But You didn't convince me to change my favorites.
Okay. My dad agrees with you. He loves Try Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, who were some of your musical influences?
A lot. I mean, I feel like I have a few different, past or journey, or like, because I grew up with, I don't know, like Queen or AC/DC or,
Madonna.
Bon Jovi, Madonna, like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, all of these, you have the divas and then you have the rock bands. So
Yeah,
those were, plus the Swedish artists. So it was a mix of those. And then I just really loved Britney when she came out. So I was like the biggest Britney fan. And Christina Aguilera because of her voice. And those two girls were like my girls. Have all of their albums.
yeah,
Yeah, but then as an artist yourself, I guess you carry a little bit of everything inside. I have a lot of rock in me, a lot of like attitude. I love Kelly Clarkson and all of her lyrics.
yeah,
As far as Britney, I think a bit of when it comes to dancing and moving and just her like entertainment level.
yeah.
Love that and internalized it, but as far as country, it's more, it is like Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, Kip Moore, love him. The kind of rock, pop, country, artists. Yeah. And I've tried to see as much as possible out here while being here. I've gone to a bunch of festivals, and I've luckily gotten to see a lot of them before this hit also. So
Yeah.
really cool.
So since you love to dance and just the high energy, you are really missing live music then, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That performing, I mean, you could do these online shows and, dance and do the whole 9 yards, but that would not be the same at all as doing it on stage live for a crowd of people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not the same. No. Plus, you always have roommates out here too, so I can't even go crazy in front of the mirror. There's and there's nothing open. There's nowhere to go. I used to take dance classes, or you can go out to a bar. There's really, there's no outlet for that right now.
Yeah, because California is really bad right now. Yeah, I think they're and it's so sad. I really hope that 2021 is so different especially with the vaccine coming out now. I'm not taking it, but that's my personal preference. But hopefully enough people do, or whatever needs to be done for live venues to open back up and live music to come back. One, I know you musicians depend on it for your livelihood, but I just feel like mentally we all need that.
Yeah.
I mean, we all need it. People are so tired of being stuck inside their homes and, few places able to go, but music is not an outlet except like this. And, for me, obviously, I love this. So
no, but I get it as well, because it's like it's a happy place. It's a carefree situation where you can just leave the rest and just be happy, which is hard to find. And I miss my own, favorite bands too, and going to see them every year. And like, I don't know, if I'm able to, I'll go 4 times a year to see them, because you can just allow yourself to get completely wrapped up in that. And
yeah. So you're a concert goer. You love going and seeing live music yourself.
I'm a fangirl. Yep.
Yeah. What's your favorite concert that you've ever been to?
Wow.
And not necessarily country, any genre. Because believe it or not, my favorite is not country.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have my favorite country artist that I have seen live, and it's weird because my favorite the artist that I've seen live is not my favorite artist, if that makes sense. Like, my favorite artist is, right now, my favorite, like, big artist is Kane Brown. And he does a great live performance, but he had Granger Smith open up for him. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He, phenomenal. He is an entertainer.
No, I've seen him. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Granger. But my all-time favorite concert, hands down, AC/DC.
Oh, his too.
Have you
Probably.
seen? I've been to the River Plate. If you've seen the DVD, I was there.
Do they not put on a phenomenal show? Oh my God, they're crazy in concert. I love them.
Yeah.
They're so energetic, so fun. You can't help but just have a good time at an AC/DC concert.
Yeah.
That was my favorite for sure. So, okay, I interrupted you. So sorry about that, Sandra.
Oh, it's like very hard. I have so many. I think, yeah, it's very hard because it's also for different reasons. Like the first time I saw Britney, it was really, really cool. It really like impacted me because she was like at the peak of her career. It was 2004 in Stockholm. Plus she came to Sweden. It was like a big thing. It was the same when I saw Christina Aguilera. Like I got to see her strip tour, and that's my favorite album to this day. Very, very cool. But then as far as like interacting, I think it's more, yeah, it might be Kip Moore. I've seen him so many times, like honestly 8 times or something like that. I've like all over America, wherever he's been playing, and I've had the meet and greet, and I've talked to him and things like that. And he's super humble. And
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and like we're always up front, and we always have a good time, and yeah.
Now you mentioned one of your concerts that you were like way in the back, nosebleed section, and then you just said always in the front. So do you agree with me that once you've been like front row or like first 10 rows, that great section around the stage, you can't go back to a nosebleed seat?
No, I know, but I mean, sometimes there are no seats left. That was like a last minute thing. I always prefer to be up front. Even as a little girl, my dad, like if we saw like a cover band, I remember from vacations, my dad would put me up front, like right next to the band. And I was like, big eyes, just like, it was so amazing. Like I always want to be up front.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, the bigger the experience.
Yeah. I can't. Now that I've been to so many concerts and I'm up close, I can't spend them. I cannot bring myself to spend the money to go to a concert if I have to watch them on the screen.
Yeah.
My thought is,
if
I'm so far back that I have to watch them on the screen, I'm just going to save my money and watch them on my computer screen.
Yes, that was how I reasoned with Taylor Swift the last 2 times, because the tickets were so expensive. And if I have to sit that far back, like, I might as well watch the DVD when it comes out. Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, there is nothing like a live performance and being there live and getting into the, just the mood of it all with the rest of the crowd. And it is electrifying, but I can't go back. If I'm not up front, I'm not going.
Yep.
So it'll be nice if I got far enough along in the entertainment business that I was able to see these people up close and personal without having to pay a fortune.
Yeah.
It is outrageous to me how much these tickets cost.
Yeah.
But we talked about Granger Smith. You said you saw him.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I had meet and greets. Me and my daughter were going to go see him again. And we had meet and greets, everything. We were so super excited. And then unfortunately, that was when his son passed away and the concert was canceled. So we didn't get to go. And then we were going to go again. And then COVID hit. So yeah, I'll get to go. I'm going to definitely do meet and greets with him. Cause I mean, most artists, you can't afford the meet and greets for one.
Yeah.
It's crazy ridiculous. But I love that artists do that. I wish they would make it more accessible to people though, because like, not a lot of people can afford hundreds of dollars on top of the regular ticket cost for a meet and greet.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's face it, if it wasn't for your hardcore dedicated fans, you would not be where you are,
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my one wish for current country music, that they would change that a little bit. But like doing these live streams, do you think when you go back to being able to get out and perform live, how have these live streams been for you this year? Like, is that something that you want to continue doing, or you're like, okay, I'm over it? Nope, I just want to get back out and play live.
I think I'm open to both. At first, it was kind of different, and to imagine this kind of interaction instead, and I wasn't used to it as much. So for me, it taught me other ways to reach your audience. So I think it's been good for me as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, I miss playing live too, and have actual people applauding or talking to you or making requests or whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get that.
Yeah.
If I could have my dream come true, I would have a talk show just like Kelly Clarkson's. I love her talk show. It's amazing. If my dream, if my wildest dream came true. Sorry, what was that? I interrupted.
I was in the audience once here in LA and at her show.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. She was singing right next to me when she walked down the stairs. I was right next to her. I was super cool. She's very short, but yeah, I love her.
Yeah, I love her. But yeah, that's my ultimate dream. If someday somehow this show led me there, that would be like amazing. But I mean, that's a huge dream. But I've loved doing these live shows so much, and I really hope when everything goes back to normal, whatever that is, and live music is back out there and all you guys are back out there playing live, that everybody still keeps doing these at least every now and again. I know it's not going to be to the extent that people are doing it now, but at least every now and then, because I know from a fan standpoint, it has given us the opportunity to get to know the musicians that we love, to get to know them better, to learn more about them, and kind of have or feel like we're having a little bit more of an intimate relationship with them instead of just being, one in a huge crowd of people listening to their concert. So I feel like it's made fans feel like they could, or it made their favorite artist seem more human.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really hope to see that continue. I know it's not going to be to the scale that it has been this year, but
I don't think it'll go away though. I think, you open up a new door and people are going to keep using that. So it's another way to stay on social media. And I love it when people can ask questions at the same time and you're interacting with them. And for absolutely. Sure, because everybody had to kind of reinvent what they're doing and find new ways. So I don't think that they're gonna disappear completely.
Yeah, that's my hope, and I don't think that's my thought too. I don't think they're gonna disappear completely. Granted, we know it will slow down.
Yeah,
but I don't think it'll disappear completely, and I love that. Like you say, just another door opened, another opportunity to get to meet fans and and vice versa. And two, I think a lot of artists probably gained a lot of new fans that had this not happened.
Yeah.
They probably would not have had those fans.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I've even networked a lot with people back home. I didn't know that industry. I didn't know, I've been here for so long now, so I haven't really, networked. I haven't lived back home in 5 years. So for me, it opened up a lot of doors, and, everyone is like looking to connect with people now. So I met a lot of Swedish and Norwegian artists and promoters and people that support each other, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I think I've gained a lot more followers this year because of how much you interact with people in a different way now instead.
Right. Yeah, I agree completely. Okay, so off with the traditional talk here. Your cute little Christmas tree behind you.
Yeah.
Are you all ready for Christmas, or? Got any
I mean,
plans?
fine. It'll be a different one, but at least we have each other. I will try to stay traditional and at least cook a nice Swedish dinner, Christmas lunch or dinner, like with meatballs and stuff that we always do.
Actually, that tree has a Chris Stapleton
Yeah.
ornament.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I can't too, by the way. So no, but yeah, no, it'll be a quiet one. We'll have our families, I guess, over, Zoom and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is a traditional Swedish Christmas dinner?
It's like a buffet of a lot of stuff. For me, I don't eat all of it, so it makes it easier for me to, make it out here. But we have the meatballs. You have to have the meatballs, the mashed potatoes. We have little sausages, like we call them Prince sausages. They're smaller. Usually there's like a fish stew thing that I don't eat, so I'm fine not having that. Yeah, there are more traditional things like a risotto thing. Yeah. Some desserts, I think, as well. There's a lot of stuff on the table, kind of, and we play games, Christmas present games, kind of. And you have at 3 p.m. you have Donald Duck every year. It's like a Disney hour of clips from all the things, and it's been running for I think 50, 60 years, like forever and ever. They don't switch them out. It's like the same. It's 3 p.m. Christmas. All the families eat before that, so they can sit down with their kids and watch Donald Duck at 3 p.m. Yeah,
so
there's a
cool.
lot of traditions, and then Santa comes and you dance around the tree. Maybe we do a lot of dancing and singing.
That is so cool.
And it's funny because in Sweden they celebrate like the 24th during the day.
Yeah.
In Argentina we celebrate more the 24th at night, and here they do the 25th. So
yeah, for me it's the 24th.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so you said Santa still comes. Does Santa come like the night of the 23rd?
No, he comes.
He just comes during the day?
He comes, he comes, we have someone dress up usually. So he comes at the door with, or, oh gosh, when I was little, it was always my dad. Everybody knew it was him, but no one cared. And he had, some excuse. He needed to go buy cigarettes or something, and he snuck away, put on the beard, and, he had a bag of presents, and he showed up at the door for my little cousins. So like around, I don't know, 6, 7 p.m. on the 24th at night, and you hand out presents and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
That is so cool. See, Santa has helpers everywhere.
In Argentina, you open the gifts at midnight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kid will be awake that long in Sweden.
So at midnight, when it strikes the 25th, everyone says Happy Christmas, and you open the gift there. So it's
Interesting.
No.
That's so cool. I love hearing the different ways that people do Christmas.
Yeah.
That's neat. I like that. I like both of those ways. But yeah, we are a Christmas morning kind of people. And I mean, even here in the States, though, a lot of people love doing it Christmas Eve. Or they split it up. They do like the pajama thing on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas morning is, regular Christmas, whatever. But yeah, I love all the various different ways that people do their Christmas and what's traditional for them. And I love that because it doesn't have to be the same way,
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that. That's awesome. So, and speaking of Christmas, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm interrupting you, but I spent Christmas in North Carolina one year, actually.
Did you?
Yes, I did. My roommate was from North Carolina, and I couldn't go back home that year, so she invited me, and I flew out there for a week, and it was so nice. It was similar in a lot of ways, except it's in the morning, right, or in the evening.
In the morning.
Yeah, but I met her whole family, and there was a lot of eating and presents, and her nieces and nephews and things like that. It was super nice.
Yeah. Oh,
Very
awesome.
cold. Also, it reminded me of Sweden.
And
Yeah,
that's
it can be cold. We're definitely much colder than LA. So
and that's
yeah,
where it's weird for me. That's when it's weird for me because in Argentina we're the southern hemisphere, and for me Christmas is like in the middle of summer.
oh, weird.
So it was weird growing up as a kid, and watching all these movies and stuff, and like everyone was playing with snowman and it was snow everywhere. And for us, it's like super hot. We were going to the swimming pool.
Yeah, that is strange. I've never thought about it that way. Yeah, but one of my favorite groups, they actually live out in LA as well, is Holiday State. And they had some pictures up on their page the other day of like they were riding bikes by the beach, and you can tell it's warm and nice out. And I messaged them. I was like, Christmas is not supposed to be warm. It's supposed to be in the snow. But I guess if you grow up somewhere where it's actually summertime in December instead of instead of winter, it would naturally be warm for you. So yeah, it's so interesting to get different perspectives on the holidays and how it's done.
Funny story because of that. Every time we have summer here, like around July, he starts singing Christmas songs. It's like it's programmed for him. It's so weird for me. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like the opposite. It's not Christmas yet by far, and it's
like a radio I have in my head, and it tunes in Christmas songs or in summer.
Oh, that's so neat.
Yeah,
that is so neat. All right, well, speaking of Christmas, you have a beautiful Christmas song that we're going to be blessed to hear.
Yeah,
in just a minute. But we were talking a little bit before we went live. It should have already been out.
Yeah, I know. we fudged up a little. No, but it's distributed. It's just waiting to be distributed. Everything is sent in, so it's just a bit delayed. It should have been out already, and they're already playing it on the radio in Luxembourg, Norway, Sweden, and Australia even, and UK today. So yeah, it's out there, but it's not on Spotify yet. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you are ready, we would love to hear it.
No.
Yes.
It was a great collaboration.
This will be also the first time we play it. It's super brand new, and so you have the premiere here, and it's written by a very very talented songwriter producer, Michael Reed, that we've been working with, and his band Coldwater is featured. So we're working with them, and he let me sing on this one.
Awesome. All right. Ready to hear it.
Santa and our winds are kicking up again. I haven't been cold since I don't know when. The feeling in your heart, something good's about to start. Santa's on his way from San Diego to the Bay. We might wash into the sea. The earth might shake right out from under our feet. There's no place I'd rather be than here with you, here with me, all alone this Christmas Eve. It's a California Christmas. Sit on the side, sit on the right, running for love, looking for fun. We might wash into the sea. The earth might shake right out from under our feet. There's no place I'd rather be than here with you, here with me, all alone this Christmas Eve. It's a California Christmas.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Love it. And I intentionally talked about Christmas before you doing this song, but it's so crazy. We were talking about how Christmas is different in California and different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And then your Christmas song is California Christmas.
Yeah.
I love that. And such a beautiful song. And you're going to get 2 Christmases out of that song for sure, since it's not yet been released to music platforms for this year. And next year it's going to be out there and it's going to be mega popular. Yeah, I love it because I think so many people, especially in the States, like the cold states, compare Christmas to either California or Florida because, you know, when they're warm and it's strange, you know. But yeah, I love it. It's a beautiful song. It was greatly done. I'm a sucker for a good Christmas song. So yeah, I love it. And I hate that I can't add it to my Christmas playlist.
I'm so sorry. Stick it out like one more day or so. It should be out like any minute, maybe even at midnight. So just like keep
I'm definitely going to keep check on it. And as soon as it comes out, I'm adding it to my Christmas playlist because I just love it. Because yeah, Christmas Day to me, I just want to hear like all Christmas music. And so I've been working on like this huge playlist. I don't even know how many I have on it at this point. But like it's all of my favorite. Well, it's Christmas songs from anybody that has appeared on the show. Okay. I've put all, you know, there's a lot of people, anybody that's appeared on the show that has a Christmas song out is definitely on there. Yeah. Or if I've just run across another artist that has put out a Christmas song, I've added it to the list if I like it. So far, this is the good part about it. So far, I've not had to say, I don't really care for that one. I really don't want to put it on the list.
Oh.
So nope, all of them have made the cut. They're on there. So yeah, I love Christmas music. But I am one, that I don't want to start Christmas. I don't want to do Christmas. I don't want to see anything Christmas until December 1st, or at least the day after Thanksgiving. I like to celebrate each holiday separately.
Yeah.
And totally agree. I'm so irritated when I go in the store in October and Halloween hadn't even happened yet and there's Christmas stuff out. Are y'all the same way? Do you like one holiday at a time or do you start early?
No, one at a time. I really like to enjoy things for as long as they last. So I don't see why you wash it. Like that takes away what's special with it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We don't even start. I don't think a lot of people in Sweden start December 1st. It's more like my sister decorated her tree yesterday.
Wow. So. Yeah, we actually didn't put ours up until I think it was day before yesterday. So yeah.
But I love having the candles lit and, you know, the mood it creates when you light some candles, you sit, you watch the tree and, you know,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is awesome. Do you like an artificial tree or a real tree? Obviously yours in the background is artificial, but.
Bonsai.
Yeah. No, but I like a real one. We had a plastic one when I was little. I always wanted a real one. And when I was 20, I moved away from home. I remember my grandfather went and, you know, he cut me like a little tree, but it was real, but it was kind of half high. Mm-hmm. So at least I could decorate it. And I always thought it was fun because my cats were my babies, you know, and they love playing with the Christmas decorations. So, I used to have a little real tree from my grandpa for my cat's sake.
That is, I love a real tree, but my allergies do not.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have to have an artificial tree. I can't, I can handle a real tree for a couple of days. And then after that, it's like, I can't breathe. My eyes are all red. And I'm like, can't do it.
Oh.
So, yeah. Over the years, I've gotten used to the artificial tree and it works well. It's easy. It's simple. There's no mess, clean up, you know, so it's all good. But I thank you so much, Sandra, for being on. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and meeting you as well, Juan. And y'all are just fabulous. Definitely want to have you back on next year sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for doing the Christmas song. And I love that you closed out my regular show for the year. And it's just been wonderful getting to know you and spending some time with you and hearing your music live. It makes me like it that much more. So yeah, I wish you the best in the coming year. Hopefully live music comes back. Hope you have a very Merry Christmas. And thank you so much for being on.
For having us. It's super nice.
Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. Thank you. And for anybody that watched live or for those that will watch the replay, thank you for doing so. Make sure you go follow Sandra North on Instagram, Facebook, and stream her music. Any musical platform that you listen to music on. I have it on Apple. It's on Spotify. Go check it out. Make sure you download it, stream it, listen to it, fall in love with it like I did. And thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to the shows this year. It has been so nice, so great. Tomorrow night, I will have the Christmas show on Instagram Live, and that will close us out for the year. So I will see everyone in 2021. And everybody, be safe, stay healthy, and be kind to each other. It's easy. Y'all have a good night. Thank you. Sandra, any parting... Anything you want to say before we leave?
No, just thank you for your time. It's been super nice to talk to you. And please, like you said, go follow my music. We have more stuff coming. We are working on an EP. So just hit that subscribe button. And and I'll see you soon again, I hope.
Awesome.
And Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yes. Merry Christmas, everyone. And a happy and blessed new year. And let's hope live music comes back.
Yeah.
Until then, bye, y'all.
Bye.